It's a complete disaster over at General Motors. They're having so many issues with their V8, their 5.3, and their 6.2. They just announced a huge recall with their 6.2 liter. Literally, engines just completely grenading themselves because they have so many issues and they're built with cheaper parts. That's the problem with General Motors. Any corners they could cut, anything they could do to save money, they did. Crankshaft issues and all sorts of stuff. And their dynamic fuel management system will never be reliable. Active fuel management, all this stuff has been issues for 15 plus years. And the fact that the 5.3 doesn't have a recall, and trust me, it needs a recall. And if you look at the prices of these vehicles, they're completely insane. Even their 4-cylinder turbocharged truck is $50,000. And that's only going to get you a base model 4-cylinder turbo Silverado. So even the base model trims are $50, $60 grand. Once you start getting up in options, $70, $80, $90,000 for a high country, it gets crazy. And to know, unfortunately, you're going to have issues with it. That's the crappy part about General Motors. It's just never really been known here lately for a long time to be reliable. Especially with their V8s, with that active fuel management, and now the dynamic fuel management, just a complete disaster. But General Motors probably doesn't have any fear of messing up because guess what? What happened in the past? They got bailed out. Us, the taxpayers, lost over $11 billion. In December of 2013, after the U.S. government sold all its shares of General Motors, they estimated a loss of over $10 billion, but it ended up being $11.2 billion loss. So we love just giving billions of dollars to an automotive company that failed by itself. Unfortunately, that's what a free market is. If you don't make a good, reliable vehicle that sells good, you're not going to make it. And it's funny to see Chevy and GMC dealerships do all these add-ons for their vehicles. I mean, one dealership was adding $5,000 just for BS like nitrogen and window tint, just a complete ripoff. Now, there is a Chevy dealership on every corner, so if you're in the market for one of these vehicles, there are discounts, $10,000, $15,000 off, but is that even really enough? When the truck literally costs 80 grand, is 15 grand enough off? I don't think so, considering they increased the price so much over the last few years anyways, and to have the reliability issues that they've had for so long. So it seems like every single vehicle they make is just unreliable for the long term, big time. But it really sucks because right now there's such a back order. The 6.2 recall, forget about it. It's going to take forever. If you actually have an engine failure, if you actually need a new engine, it's going to take a long time to get it. And then you're lucky if you get a Chevy Malibu for a loaner car. It's like, come on. So if it was up to me, I would just stay far, far away from General Motors. It seems like all their vehicles are extremely overpriced. They're underbuilt. They're just not worth it. It's unfortunate, but I almost guarantee you, if you bought a new General Motors vehicle in the last few years, you most likely have brought it in for some sort of recall or you had some sort of issue with the vehicle. And I really don't think it's okay for people to buy brand new pickups, brand new vehicles, and to have so many issues, especially complete engine failure. And knowing that General Motors have launched multiple investigations into this engine failure and they know about it, and even with the recall, they're not going to include all the engines, they're not going to do it all the way. Typical General Motors fashion. And it's like, are they doing it on purpose at this point? Knowing they have these issues, knowing all this? Is it just like they're sitting there saying planned obsolescence? We don't want these to last anyways? How their lifters are built and their dynamic fuel management is a ticking time bomb. They could wear out, boom, there goes the engine. Opening and closing, all this stuff, it's just going to cause issues. It's way more complicated, and whenever something does go wrong, because any engine, something eventually goes wrong, the cost to repair is so much more. Now, I always give General Motors credit for at least offering a V8 still, while a lot of manufacturers are getting away from it, but at the end of the day, they need to build a reliable, naturally aspirated V8 without any of this BS issues. It's caused by cheap parts, bad engineering, horrible manufacturing, and just overall building that vehicle obviously not to last a long time. And I'm a Chevy guy, but not this new stuff. It's just honestly not like it used to be. And we haven't even got into the transmission issues that they have as well. Back in the day, the older Chevys, that was their only weak point, but they would still make it 200, 250, no problem at all. But now you're having issues with the transmission and the engine and the internals and everything going on with the vehicle. It's so easy to go online and see thousands of complaints about the 5.3 and the 6.2 when it comes directly to the actual engine issues. So if you have one, let me know. Have you had any issues with your 6.2 or your 5.3? And some people might get lucky and not have any issues, and I'm happy for you, but it's how these vehicles are designed. They're almost designed to fail while making a $1,500 truck payment. It's just completely insane. But if you are going to get your 6.2 or your 5.3, any issues, go ahead and get that loaner car. Make sure, find the right dealership. And if you're going to buy one of these things, just know there are big discounts. Is it enough? In my opinion, no. But there's a Chevy dealership on every corner, and you need to be negotiating trying to find that best deal. And don't ever pay over MSRP for a Chevy or any vehicle. Believe it or not, General Motors actually has fanboys, and they're only going to buy General Motors trucks. And that's why they're able to keep selling these things a little bit, but still, they're just way overpriced. They're having reliability issues. I mean, come on, a huge recall. And I know they're not going to replace all 500,000 engines. And even if you get a new engine, who says that's going to be fixed? So the whole thing is a disaster. I would stay far, far away, but let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.